On the 11th of November, Rúben Amorim was announced as Man United's new head coach. Since then, Marcus Rashford's career has taken an upward turn, and he has been a key figure in their recent matches. Rashford has had a great number of ups and downs for Man United, from ending seasons as top goalscorer to hardly starting a game and falling out with the manager. Under Erik ten Hag, Rashford was pretty ineffective, scoring only 7 goals in the Prem last season. Amorim has clearly inspired Rashford, and the player has claimed he feels energised under his leadership. This was shown as Marcus scored the first goal of Amorim's Man United tenure against Ipswich and then scored a brace against struggling Everton. Marcus looks rejuvenated at Man United, as he once did. He looks like a different player. In recent years, Marcus Rashford has had an eventful career at Manchester United. From his breakthrough at just 18 to facing moments of inconsistency, Rashford's journey has been full of peaks and valleys. However, since the appointment of Rúben Amorim, Rashford seems more composed, more dangerous in the final third, and more involved in Manchester United's attacking play. This transformation can partly be attributed to the influence of Rúben Amorim, the Portuguese tactician who has come to be recognised as one of the most promising young managers in European football. Marcus Rashford first burst onto the scene at Man United in 2016 under the management of Louis van Gaal. Scoring twice on his debut in the Europa League, he became an overnight sensation. His pace, directness and fearlessness were all immediately apparent, but his development since then has been a tale of inconsistency. Rashford has shown flashes of brilliance, but struggled with consistency, particularly during United's more turbulent periods, whether under Jose Mourinho or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The key issues for Rashford, especially in his early years, were his decision-making, his ability to influence games in tight situations, and his tendency to drift in and out of matches. His raw speed and natural ability were undeniable, but many questioned his tactical awareness and his finishing in key moments. This inconsistency, combined with the weight of expectation at a club like Manchester United, led to a career trajectory that was often clouded by uncertainty. Rashford could be electric one game and then invisible the next. As United struggled post-Sir Alex Ferguson, Rashford's development was often stunted by the lack of a clear footballing philosophy or a coach capable of unlocking his full potential. Enter Rúben Amorim, a manager who has taken the football world by storm with his innovative system and his emphasis on youth development. At Sporting, Amorim created a team that was tactical, disciplined, and played a brand of attacking football that blended modern footballing principles with a deep respect for positional play. The examples of youngsters that he has developed are Gonçalo Inácio, Quaresma, and João Palhinha. Amorim's coaching style is rooted in flexibility. His use of a 3-4-3 system, which can fluidly transition into a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, depending on the opponent and the game's demands, is one of his tactical hallmarks. Amorim is known for his sharp focus on player development, not just in terms of technical ability, but also in terms of intelligence and positioning on the pitch. It's clear that Amorim's coaching philosophy is having an impact on Marcus Rashford's development, especially as he begins to feature more prominently in central attacking roles. Under Amorim, Rashford is learning to become more than just a pacey winger who relies on his instincts. He's now evolving into a well-rounded forward, capable of operating in a variety of attacking roles. While Amorim's managerial career at Sporting is a separate topic altogether, his influence on Rashford is already evident and can only help the forward improve more in the coming months. One of the key changes to Rashford's game under Amorim has been the improvement in his positional play. So whereas Rashford once seemed content to exploit the channels and rely on pace alone, Amorim has instructed him to think more about his positioning in relation to the ball and the other attacking players. This has made Rashford much more of a focal point in United's attacks and not just an outlet on the wings. One of the most significant ways Rúben Amorim has transformed Marcus Rashford is through tactical adjustments. Traditionally, Rashford has been deployed as a left winger at Manchester United, a position where his pace and ability to run in behind the opposition's defence could be fully exploited. However, under Amorim's tutelage, Rashford has been encouraged to develop a more versatile approach, adding different dimensions to his game. Under former managers, Rashford was often seen as a traditional winger whose primary task was to stretch the opposition and deliver crosses or cut inside onto his stronger right foot. However, Amorim's philosophy emphasises more fluid roles in attack, encouraging players to switch positions dynamically and make runs that confuse the opposition defence. Amorim's sporting team is known for its fluid attacking setups, where forwards and wingers interchange seamlessly. Amorim has also instilled in Rashford the importance of link-up play. Rashford's passing, once seen as erratic, has improved significantly over the years and will continue to improve under Amorim. He has become just much more adept at combining with his teammates, creating opportunities not just for himself, but for others. This is particularly evident in Rashford's combination play with central midfielders, as he is now able to drop deep, collect the ball, and turn quickly to drive at defenders. The tactical shift in Rashford's play has been most notable in his decision-making in the final third. Under Amorim, he seems to have developed a greater understanding of when to shoot, when to pass, and when to pull defenders out of position. His finishing, which had once been a point of contention, has become more clinical. Now, this is a direct result of Amorim's work on Rashford's mental approach to the game, emphasising calmness in front of goal and recognising the right moments to strike. Remembering Rashford's prime, which would scare any defender in the league, as he has a devastating strike and blistering pace, as we witness Rashford's new rise under Amorim, it's impossible not to draw comparisons to another Manchester United player who went through a similar transformation, Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo's arrival at Manchester United in 2003 was met with a great deal of excitement. The Portuguese winger was dazzling, a showman with extraordinary flair. Much like Rashford, Ronaldo was known for his pace and dribbling ability, but his early years at United were marked by inconsistency. He often looked like a player who was still learning how to make the most of his abilities. His decision-making was erratic, and while he had moments of brilliance, he also had many moments of frustration. Ronaldo's breakthrough came under the guidance of Sir Alex Ferguson, who, much like Amorim with Rashford, helped Ronaldo refine his game. Ferguson worked with Ronaldo to improve his decision-making, his passing, and his finishing. Now, while Rashford is no longer a spring chicken, he is actually coming into his prime at 27 years old, so this relationship with Amorim could be key to the success of the player and the club in the next few seasons. Another tactical nuance that Amorim has instilled in Rashford is a more structured approach to pressing and counter-attacking. Amorim's Sporting were known for their high pressing, especially in advanced areas of the pitch. Now, in a similar manner, Amorim has encouraged Rashford to press with intensity, not only when Manchester United lose possession, but also as part of a proactive part of the team's attacking play. Rashford has learned to time his pressing more effectively, ensuring that he can apply pressure at the right moment to force turnovers in dangerous areas. Moreover, Amorim's emphasis on counter-attacking football, often with quick, direct transitions, has played to Rashford's strengths. Amorim has sharpened Rashford's ability to read transitions, making him not just a counter-attacking winger, but a lethal goal-scoring forward who can capitalise on turnovers and exploit high defensive lines. This is something that severely lacked for Rashford under most, if not all, other managers. So will Rashford actually fulfill this need to press? Or will we get more videos of him letting the opposition just walk right past him? Where previous managers often saw Rashford as a player who relied heavily on direct runs down the wing, Amorim has encouraged him to think more like a centre forward at times. His ability to recognise space in between the lines and his instinct to attack the near post or create space for runners from midfield has turned Rashford into a more multifaceted attacker, and this is already evident in his increasing goal tally and his involvement in build-up play. Rúben Amorim's influence on Marcus Rashford has not just been tactical, but also mental and psychological. Rashford has experienced some ups and downs in his career, particularly in terms of consistency. However, Amorim's emphasis on player development extends beyond the technical aspects of the game to the psychological dimensions of football. One of the defining features of Rúben Amorim's managerial approach is his ability to instill a sense of responsibility in his players. Amorim doesn't rely on rigid tactics alone, but instead offers his players the freedom to express themselves within a defined tactical framework. This approach has worked wonders for Rashford, who at times had struggled with consistency due to a lack of confidence or clarity in his role. So far, Rashford has exhibited a level of maturity in his game that reflects Amorim's influence. His off-the-ball movement, composure in front of goal, and ability to perform in a fluid attacking system that had once before made him one of the most dangerous players in world football seems to be coming back. Amorim has encouraged Rashford to take ownership of his performances, which has allowed the forward to be more confident in his decision-making on the pitch. By removing the fear of making mistakes, Amorim has allowed Rashford to become more daring in his play. This newfound autonomy has been pivotal in Rashford's resurgence, as he no longer hesitates to take on defenders or make aggressive attacking runs, something we saw quite often that Rashford was not doing under Ten Hag. While Amorim values discipline and tactical organisation, he also allows players to make creative decisions within this structure. This freedom has been key to Rashford's mental growth. In previous seasons, Rashford sometimes seemed trapped in a system that didn't allow him to fully express himself. However, under Amorim's influence, Rashford has been given more creative freedom to experiment with his game and thus developing his confidence in taking risks. This approach has encouraged Rashford to not only improve his game technically, but also to become mentally stronger. He now seems to approach matches with more self-assurance, no longer afraid to take responsibility for creating or finishing chances. His increased confidence has not only made him a better player, but has also raised his status as a leader in the dressing room. While Rashford has always been known for his speed and explosive dribbling, his finishing has been a point of critique in the past. With Rashford playing with more calm and less fear, this part of his game will inevitably come flooding back. As we all know, he can be a great finisher. Under Amorim's regime, Rashford has worked tirelessly on improving his fitness and endurance. Amorim's high-pressing style requires players to be in top physical condition, and Rashford, with his explosive pace, has been encouraged to become even more athletic and capable of sustaining high-intensity runs over the course of a match. His fitness has been one of the key factors in his ability to maintain a high level of performance throughout a season in the past, and so could be crucial again. While Rashford's journey is far from over, Rúben Amorim coaching Marcus Rashford is an exciting thing. How good can Marcus become under Rúben Amorim?